first NCAA, and I said I'm a slow learner. But you see, once I learn something, I have it down pretty good.
I tell my players to be quick, but not to hurry.
Hey everybody, Cody and Suzette here, ready to cover part 3 of the Essential Wooden. We're going to kick this one off with one of the preseason letters to the team that Coach sends out every season, and man, there are so many impactful ones in here, but this one in particular really hit home, so we're going to start it off. Coach Wooden says, "Your race or religion will have no bearing on my judgment, but your ability and how it works into my philosophy of team play very definitely will. Furthermore, your personal conduct and adherence to standards that I make undoubtedly will be taken into consideration, either subconsciously or consciously."
Wow.
That's the standard that Coach Wooden sets.
But I love that he sets the standard right up front.
Yep, there are no surprises.
There's no surprises. You know where you stand. You know what's expected of you. And I think that's very important with anybody that is, that's working for a leader such as him, Select most carefully. So it says, "I don't believe a leader has the power to magically instill character into people who don't have it. Your ability to choose solid individuals is important." And that goes back to our who process. And that really takes us back to HR and what they do is hiring the right people, getting the right people on the bus, people of character, people that have the desire to grow, desire to learn.
Notice that nowhere in this conversation is that magical pixie dust word talent mentioned.
Yeah.
This is the pure selection based off of your innate ability, your character, and the morals and values of which you hold yourself to.
Absolutely.
And I really love that because you can't create those.
You can't teach that. A lot of things that we hire for, a lot of times it's teachable. And if we get the right person, they'll be able to learn it. But these things that we're talking about, it's not teachable. They either have it or they don't.
And you don't win 88 straight games by being the wrong person, I don't think.
No. And I think that's very important. That speaks volumes to what we are doing here at CAG with the hiring process and with HR. And I think it's important.
For simple minds like mine, Coach Wooden really breaks it down simply. One bad apple is more than most barrels can stand. Mm-hmm. Very true. Let's talk about the will to win for a moment.
Okay.
Coach Wooden mentions that the competitor with the will to win also has the will to work. And me, as somebody who really enjoys the active discipline and the ability to really take something that may seem rudimentary or simple and work it to the absolute end of the earth, I completely identify with that. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the will to win for you, Suzette, what are you looking for? What do you see in the statement like that?
Yeah, that means to me is the tenacity. It's the work you put in every day. It's the learning from your failures. You have a goal, you're setting it, and you're going to go after it against all odds.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it is.
In addition to that pure desire or that will to win, Coach Wooden highlights that he only stays with those who stay with the ball. So although you can be individually driven and you can have your set of goals personally that you want to achieve, let's dive in a little bit further into how you share that in a team environment.
Yeah. One of the things that I love, he talks about, those under my supervision were taught that they will succeed only to the degree in which they help their team succeed. For this to occur, they must be eager to assist others, to share the ball, information, contacts, experience, credit, ideas, etc. I mean, that's so powerful. One of the things he talks about is when someone assisted in basketball, he taught his players to point to that player. And one of the players asked him one day is "But what if they're not watching me? What if I point and they're not looking?" And his response was, "They'll always be looking."
They're always looking.
And that's so important is to give credit to those people that help us get to where we need to go, or scoring that goal, or getting that car sell, or helping that customer, or whatever that is.
There's nothing more satisfying to me, and I think I can speak for most humans, than being caught doing something right.
Absolutely.
When you're in the moment, you have that small victory, no matter what that type of interaction may be, whether it's a sale of a part or an introduction to a customer. If somebody walks by and says, "Hey man, that was good," that's the best feeling ever. And for Coach Wooden to take that and scale it to his entire team while they're playing basketball, that's cool. Talk about dedication.
Absolutely. And when so many managers or leaders, they continually find people doing something wrong, which isn't isn't helpful. I think we need to start looking for the things that people are doing right and pointing
Absolutely.
them out, because I think that really inspires people to continue doing those things.
Yep.
Positive reinforcement.
Exactly.
So, but I think that wraps up chapter or part 3
Indeed it
of
does.
the Wooden Essentials. We'll see you for part 4.